Happy morning, children. I'm sure there is a long gap between my first session and this is the second session for your chapter 3. But before I could start, I just want to know how you people are. Are you happy with the holidays? Are you engaged with too many things? Nowadays, we are going with the 3 slot, right? I know some of the parents are feeling burdened because they are unable to give you mobiles. Some of the parents have purchased new mobiles system and they are trying to give you their best. But then they are so scared. Some of the parents came to tell me that students are not serious or not utilizing the gadgets that they are provided with for a purpose. They are misusing them. They are forming a group and they started playing games. And they are going into sites which are not relevant for you. Okay? Children, please, this is not only your parents' request. As a teacher, it's my own responsibility. I feel that I should tell you this is the precious moment in your life. Remember, you are in grade 10. And grade 10 is very a big stepping stone for your life. And please don't take it for just for granted. Be serious about learning. And assure your parents you are not going to misuse the gadgets that they have given you with so much of trust. All right? Yeah. Now this chapter 3, I just want you to read the cover page of your English textbook. What is the name of your book? Last year in 9th standard you had Beehive. And what is the name of the textbook this year? Yes, I have got my textbook here next to me. See, this is the textbook I am talking about. Can you read? Yes, can you read, Ma? First Flight. Okay, the name of the book, First Flight. And the name of the chapter, this First Flight is the name of your lesson in the 3rd chapter. So this particular chapter deals with 2 stories. What are those 2 stories? First one is His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty. And the second story, The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Fortune. Very interesting stories, children. And these both the stories talk about one single element. And what is that one single thing that they are going to talk? To overcome fear. Okay, success lies in your hand when you overcome fear. And we have these 2 best examples how to overcome fear. I just want to give you about the author. It's not a poet, it is a author because we are not learning poetry. We are learning a prose chapter. Okay, that is a small mistake. Please correct it. I have already corrected, but then again I got it back as a poet only. Liam Flaherty, born 28 August 1896 in Inishmore, Ireland. He is belonging to Ireland. Ireland, a very nice country. Okay, and they speak very good English. And many writers we have from this country. And he died 7th September 1984, Dublin, Ireland. And he got married to Margaret Barrington. And she lived with him for a few years only. 1926 he's getting married to this woman and she died by the year 1932. Okay, children. And then his stories have been used or taken movies. And those movies, the names of those movies I have given you here: The Informer, Upright, The Puritan, The Last Desire, and Jacqueline. Jacqueline is very interesting movie. I would suggest you people to watch this Jacqueline movie. Okay, children? Now you know about the poet, and you know in the third chapter we have got 2 interesting stories, and we are going to learn today the first story, The First Flight. Characters in this story, actually you know already the story and the summary, but still I am going to tell you the characters. The seagull, you can see on the screen the seagull and the parents of the seagull. Very important role they play, and they behave just like any of our own parents. Okay, and we will see what is the role of their parents in taking away the fear from this seagull. Then seagull also has got siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. In the lesson we will come to know the seagull, the younger brothers and sisters, younger sister, are much advanced in flying, in courage than the seagull. Okay. Then third character we have a seagull, the protagonist, about whom we are going to learn in the story. Then what is the story? The story talks about things: bravery versus cowardice. You must have heard India versus England for cricket, right? And other games. But then here we are going to learn how bravery versus cowardice. How bravery is winning over cowardice. By using these characters in today's story, we will see how seagull is defeating the cowardice. Okay, children? Yeah. And this is the first paragraph which we have already dealt. What did we learn in this first paragraph? There is a seagull, and I showed you already. I have drawn for you a picture in the next slide. Yes, on a hilltop at the cliff, that is called a cliff, at the edge, the bird is standing and then looking into the deep sea, and the vast sea open, and it's getting so scared, and then going back to its shell, going back to its fear, and then it is in its own comfortable zone. So that is all about our first paragraph. I'll read it for you. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. The ledge means a cliff, and you know the cliff already by now, the edge of the high mountain. His 2 brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. Okay, so his sister and his brothers were very eager, and they have already flown away. Where are they going? They are flying in order to fetch their food. He had been afraid to fly with them. So that is the actual problem we will identify in this story. Why he could not go along with his brothers and sister? It's simply because he is so scared of the situation. There are so many examples. Okay, because of fear we have failed to do many things. Yeah, you can, while listening to the story, you might be getting some of the incidents that are coming to your mind. You can just jot down in your note and keep, because it will come to a use at the end of the session today. I'll tell you what you have to do with these sort of things in your own lifetime. Just like the bird getting frightened to fly along with his brothers and sister, so also you must be also having some experiences where along with your friends along with your siblings, along with your parents or your relatives, you are unable to cope up. Okay, children, just write down in your note, English note. Yeah. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. It's there in everyone, the little bit of fear. Why that fear is because we are afraid of the failure. See, things become very easy for people who learn to accept the failure. Once you learn to accept failure, what happens in your life, you are able to take challenges. Why? Because you will look at the failure as a stepping stone. Once you look at the failure as a stepping stone, then you are able to create your own ladder above, high. And you are, every time you fail, you have prayed a next step, and step by step, you are reaching towards your goal. Here we have this little bird afraid to fly. And it was such a long way down, miles down. It came to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, and it could not believe his wings. And then looking at the great sea, sea, right? How big, huge, expanse, and therefore it will just stop there. And what is it doing? You just look at it. He felt certain that his wings would never support him, and he bent his head, that means accepting the failure, and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Okay, children, and I have given you flown is the V3 form. V1, V2, V3, we usually discuss about that. And V1 is nothing but a present tense, V2 is a past tense, and V3 is a past participle. So usually we use this past participle in the perfect tenses as well as in the passive voices. Okay, children. So flown is derived from the first verb form fly. Fly, flew, flown. Now I have given you also the meanings elaboratedly so that you can have them in your note. So you have a cliff here, and then you have a bird over there. And what are the meanings? What is a seagull? A small bird. Ledge, a narrow horizontal shelf protecting from the wall. That is what I have told you. This is the wall. This is the thing they are talking about when they say a ledge. Okay, children. And then brink. Brink is the edge of the cliff. The edge of the cliff where the bird is standing. See, you are coming to the brim to take challenge. The bird is walking towards, running eagerly till the edge. And then the fear is so powerful that it is going back again. Okay, the expanse is nothing but the vast sea that we have in the text. Now I have already explained to you how this fear can disable persons. The reason why this bird could not fly. Okay, terrified means the feeling insecurity got inside, set inside the bird's mind that it can never fly. As a result of this fear in the bird, what is happening? It is disheartened. It is not very happy to know that it cannot fly. Okay, children, please remember, we will never be happy to get poor mark. We want to get better mark in everything. We want to be better in everything. We want to excel. But then what is it you are not allowing you to excel? Is this fear. Okay, so you become disheartened. Then because you are unable, you tell yourself you are unable, you can't do, then you become ashamed. In the case of bird, we saw the bird keeping down his head, he is running back. Once you are ashamed, then you